Okay, I was out here tying the tomatoes up and figured I would just do a quick one real quick for anybody that doesn't know. When you tie a tomato up, you need to do it behind decent branches. Not brand new growth, but something that's got a little bit of size to it. You don't want something this small because eventually the weight of the branch will just make those bow upwards and it'll slip out. But you want to leave it loose as well. See, that's probably too loose. I was trying to tie a bowline, and well, I did tie a bowline. I just made it a lot looser than I intended to. But considering the split and the growth that I'm behind right here, it doesn't matter that it's that loose. It leaves plenty of room for that branch to continue thickening and growing. It won't chafe if things move because it's such a big loop. It'll just move with it. Even if it was tied to something right there rather than up here wrapped around this with a couple half hitches in it. So that will be fine. Now this other, that was actually a sucker that came off of it right here that's going up. Eventually it'll want to fall over, but once it gets a little more size to it, I'll pull it back and tie it. Let's see if I can get inside there. Sit right there. Once it gets a little more size, I'll pull it over and tie it as well. And that's a little bitty sucker coming off there. I don't need any clones right now, or there's plenty of suckers I could have pulled off long ago for cloning. That's a nice sucker right there coming up that I could pull out for cloning. And there's several more. I mean, this was a sucker right here. You can see it right there. I could cut that off and clone it still, even as big as it is. Of course, I don't really need to, as I said. I've got a little more string. I've still got to, now I'm not going to bother melting the ends. I couldn't find my gardening string, so I'm using this nylon, which will take forever to rot away, which is okay. Because when I tear down the rest of the greenhouse, I'll just get rid of it then. But it'll be here until I'm done gardening with this stuff here. So I've still got to tie this branch up. It's kind of laying over on that branch right now, so it needs to be over here and tied up. I'll do the same thing with it. I'll just tie a loose bowline around loop around that right there. Just give it just enough pressure to hold it where I want it, not pulled tight and putting a strain on the plant, but just enough pressure to hold it where I want it to be at.